Hello and welcome everyone to the Friday, May 23rd edition of the Contributor Comms team meeting in open source Kubernetes. A reminder, this meeting, just like every meeting in the Kubernetes community, operates under a code of conduct, which essentially says to be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees and generally be excellent to each other. At the beginning of the meeting here, we like to offer an opportunity for anyone on the call to introduce themselves. This is totally optional, just in case anyone happens to watch the recording and wants to know who we are. And I like to use it as an opportunity to explain what this meeting is. So I will go first. I'm Caslin Fields, and I'm one of the co-leads of this sub-project. I'm also a co-chair of the SIG that owns this sub-project. And this is the Contributor Comms team meeting. And the purpose of this group is to make sure that folks within the contributor community in open source Kubernetes know about things that are going on that they ought to know about. And also that folks outside the contributor community know about the awesome work that contributors are doing. And we achieve that through a variety of means, including running social media for the project, writing blog posts, and all sorts of other things that we will try to go over today. And my pronouns are she, her. And would anyone else like to introduce themselves?
I can. Hi, I'm Mario. I am also a co-chair for SIG ContribEx, and I'm a tech lead for the sub-project comms, and I'm also doing some finance reporting stuff for SIG Infra.
Maybe one or
Pronouns,
two other things.
maybe pronouns he, him, and I work for Kubernetes.
Welcome, welcome. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves today? That's totally optional.
Hi everyone, I'm Ajul and I have been part of this SIG for about a year and yeah, still trying to contribute.
Yay! An impressive milestone. Congratulations, and we're lucky to have you. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves? Totally optional. My cat would like to introduce himself, apparently. Alrighty then, we'll move right along. Another reminder, this meeting is very casual. We just pop in and chat with each other and go off on tangents and all kinds of things. So if you missed introductions and want to do it again later, or if you have any questions throughout the call, don't hesitate to pop into the conversation. Oh, and one other thing, I would ask for a note taker, but I think I'll probably just do it myself today. But if anyone would particularly like to be our note taker today, you are always more than welcome. The role of note taker in these meetings is to follow along with the discussion that happens in the meeting and record it in the notes as best you can so that anyone who missed the meeting can catch up by checking out the notes. Would anyone like to be the note taker today? If not, then I'll take it. But always appreciated.
I can do it.
Nice. Thank you. Alrighty. Perfect. Jumping into our agenda. Oh, I usually share my screen in these meetings. I guess I'll do that. This one, right? Yeah, that looks right. That's the right one, right? Yep. View. Oh, apparently I need to manage my storage. How do I zoom in? Lovely. So the first thing on our agenda is messages of the week. A sub-project of our sub-project is Last Week in Kubernetes Development, which is a newsletter that comes out roughly every week about awesome things that are going on in the Kubernetes contributor community. So anything going on that folks know about that we should probably highlight in LWKD or on our social channels?
Did we last?
Go ahead.
Did we last week enter the CFP for Maintainer Summit NA? Probably not.
Probably not. We should probably do that. I think last time we talked about the shadow application for 1.34, which I think is closed now.
Yes, which closed last Maintainer Summit NA CFP.
Very good. That one will be good. We could also mention that the KubeCon NA CFP is closing if we happen to do it today.
When is the close date? 28th, right? I would not do it because
7.
probably they release the LWKD next Wednesday, and that's the day when the CFP is closing.
Yeah. Socials we could, but yeah.
Socials we could.
I'm going to make this /on socials. I'm going to make that a thing in this. Yep. So KubeCon NA CFP is closing. Maintainer Summit NA CFP is open. When does that close again? I was just looking that up. July 20th.
Yeah. Pretty much time.
Yeah.
And Maintainer Track CFP is also open.
Exactly what I was going to ask next. Yes, Pixel. Yep.
Maintainer Track, I have it here.
Can see the wailing cat on the shelves behind me. Maintainer Summit. Is it in complicated program?
And also the Project Lightning Talk Maintainer Track is closing on the 7th of July.
Okay, yeah, everything. The everything deadline for maintainers.
Do it. Do it now.
Haha. Do like this. Closes July 7th. There we go. Wait, what? But it says maintainer track closes July 7th.
Yeah, the
Maintainer Summit. Wait, which one is this?
Wait, what? No. Everything is broken. That all of this. Wait a second. This is Maintainer Summit NA. On the website it says. Give me a second. Oh, this is wrong. So I need to.
Yeah, it says July 20th, but the form says 31st.
Close. Yeah. Let me bring this up to.
Do you have permissions to edit it? Probably
no,
not,
I don't
right?
have permissions, but I can and I can bug people to change this. Closing date of session is July 31st. This needs to be 20th. Okay, this will be changed. But where's the maintainer tray? It's the Project Lightning Talk and maintainer. Okay.
It's 3 things.
And this is July the 7th. Okay. Now I understand it.
Yeah. I know they wanted to try and make maintainer track and preferably Maintainer Summit align with the KubeCon main CFP, but clearly they haven't done that yet. For the better for us. Any other messages of the week that folks can think of? New contributor orientation next week, but that will be too late for
Yeah.
LWKD. But we still might want to post something about it. Yeah, the EU one specifically is is going to be next week on Tuesday still, right? Yeah.
Again, sorry. What?
New contributor orientation you're running is still on Tuesday, right?
Yes. Yes, it's Tuesday.
Cool. Noted. That's all we've got for messages of the week. Then we could move on. Any new items? Any requests for work from our team or new things that folks are working on? Oh, new Minikube version is out. That definitely goes in messages of the week. Thank you, Avni. New Minikube version. Would be nice to post something about that. Was there a blog or something? Kubernetes.io, maybe?
I have a question regarding this.
Mm-hmm.
Do we write blogs on like when there is a new version of something like Make Cube has a new version? So, is there an official blog post from Kubernetes community, or like how does this work?
Normally, for something like a launch from a specific subgroup within open source Kubernetes, they'd write it themselves unless they asked us for more help.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Minikube. Do they have their own blog? Surely not. Develop and contribute, learn and connect. How did you find out about the Minikube version, Avni?
Like Sylvester posted it on Slack in LWKD. So,
Oh.
wanted us to cover it in the next LWKD.
Well, if they didn't do a blog post, maybe we should help them. Though it's also
Uh,
possible that they did one and it's stuck in review.
I have actually reached out to Sylvester regarding this.
Mhm.
He didn't reply, but I'm waiting for his reply for this.
Alrighty. So Arujwal also interested in helping with that, it looks like. So if you two want to follow that thread on the comms channel, see what Sylvester says. I'm sure there's a way that you all could help. I guess that's kind of a new item. I guess I'll put it in new items. I actually use the groupings. New Minikube version is out. Rishval and Arpit looking into helping with a blog. Most helpful thing would be if somebody could work on developing reviewer skills through working on the blog. Because otherwise we're going to continue to be limited on the number of blogs that we can post due to the number of reviewers available. I did put that in the new contributor orientation deck for this month. I crossed out the normal evergreen project of our SIG Spotlight blogs and said basically on hold while we try to get more blog reviewers.
Is there any guideline regarding how to review blogs?
Yes, the docs team has some guidance. They are somewhat picky. It's more than just proofreading, it's also understanding their rules about when to schedule things and getting familiar with their quality bar and I don't know what else. So the best way to find out more would be to go to SIGDoc's blogs and ask them for resources on how to become a blog reviewer because there's two of them right now and they really want more. So if you say come in and say I'm looking to help, I'm sure that they would be happy to help you. So
Yes,
SIGDocs.
I will look into it.
Yes, please. SIGDocs blogs. I'm just looking in the yeah. There's both SIGDocs and SIGDocs blog. SIGDocs blog is probably the better place to ask, but either one would probably work. There's also a README for the sub project that you can find in that Slack channel. So nice. Cool. Any other new items or things folks can think about that are going on in the community that might apply to us? Alrighty then. Any updates, big wins, things that we've been working on that are moving that folks want to give updates on? You can give updates on blogs here if you want to, or wait until we get into the board. I know Frederico mentioned one that had an update. Any updates, big wins folks want to mention here?
I think that the blog that I wrote about working group policy spotlight, it got merged a couple of hours ago.
Nice. Um. I was just on Kubernetes.io. Could have looked to see if that was out. Doesn't look like it's out yet.
I
Those
think it just got merged as a draft or something. I mean, I just saw it.
okay. If it's in the board, then we could check. Let's see here. Working group policy spotlight right here. This looks like
This one.
an open PR. What have we got so far? Lots of reviews, lots of comments, which we love to see. One requested
I
change,
made
it says.
no, I actually made another PR of this on Kubernetes website, and there it got merged.
Gotcha. So this is the contributor site one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one still has one comment. Might be linked in here somewhere.
I did yeah, this one, this one. No, sorry. That is membership one.
This is the contributor site one. Here it
Yeah,
is.
this
Ah. This one is not being tracked in the board. We could fix that. Well, I guess it's merged now, so might actually be over here. In website, this one. Oh, it added it to the bottom of the column. Is the bottom of the column a place where we can go? Yes, apparently it is. I'm gonna put it all the way at the top. Wonderful. Thank you for working on that. Let's see, what's the published date on it? Merge as draft. Get it scheduled and published. All right. So that should be out soon. I'm also going to note Rougeval to look into blog review requirements. Please let us know if you learn more because we want to help support that, but we don't talk to SIG docs enough. So depending on what you learn, maybe we can help more. Okay, let's continue going through the blog, I suppose. In preliminary review, we have the spotlight on SIG Infra, which is Priya Akansha. She goes by Akansha. Which Federico is working on bringing back online. That's the Kate's Infra one again. I was just looking at Slackbot documentation is something that I was just reminding Chris that he wanted to work on some more. Thank you, Mario, for commenting on that one. We should maybe ping it to Chris.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think
the.
Chris is out.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll come back to it later then. That's how this works. And Zapier automation, also kind of a Chris thing, but I think Arpit was going to help with that maybe. Yeah. This was way back in March. It got rotten on the life cycle management thing. Something for us to look at when Chris is back, I suppose, because I think he has some materials that he was going to give to you, Arpit, and you all were going to maybe make those mermaid diagrams or something. Next one. Go ahead.
So I guess I need to contact Chris regarding this because he contacted me initially, but I think after that we didn't get into touch regarding this specific thing. So
Shocking. Can't believe that would happen.
so I will briefing him.
Sounds good. And the next one is you as well, the Steering Spotlight blog. I know you had made some
That
progress on that.
it. I have shared the PR, not PR, the final draft link in the Slack.
Mm-hmm.
I will share it here as well.
Ah, good. Sounds good. Lovely. So that's it for the review column. So Arpit will send us that draft in case anyone wants to review it. We'll move over to the in progress column. Create better processes for other comms leads. This is something that I moved it to the top because we should kind of focus on this right now as the 1.34 release is getting spun up. We want to create some guidelines on how comms leads of other things within Kubernetes can interact with us. And comms lead of the releases is one of those other roles. So it would be really good to get something documented. I'm going to be out all next week at a customer engagement. So not going to be able to work on this in the next week. And then it's going to be a 2-week rush to KubeCon Japan. So I basically consider myself to be kind of outish until after that. Speaking of which, I probably won't be able to be on the meeting next Friday. So if anyone else wants to run it, let us know. You're always welcome.
I am all up.
Awesome. Do you have ping me in Slack if you need the key to take over the meeting?
Yep.
Cool. Next one, SIG Auth is one of Federico's blogs. He didn't mention any particular. Oh, Avni, you were interested in taking this one on. Is this the one you're working on?
Yes,
Wonderful. How's it going?
it's going great. I have sent the initial questions to the SIG
Good
lead.
luck. That's the
Thank
hardest
you.
part. In my opinion. Because it requires coordination.
It does.
Yeah. So it can take a while. We're at the beginning of a release cycle. One thing that really slows these down is if we're like near code freeze for a release, they're usually frantically trying to get code in for the release. So relatively good time in terms of release cycle to ask them. And we'll see what we get. Thank you for working on that. The next one is SIG autoscaling, which is a Frederico one, it looks like. He moved it to in progress 3 weeks ago, so I'm sure it is. He may not have any particular updates at the moment. Add a SIG architecture spotlight article. Quite a few people on this one. It got moved to stale. Transliteration. So maybe he did a call interview on this one and is using that to create the blog. And that was back in March. Okay. And SIG cluster life cycle. Nishita was interested in taking this one on. There was a ping to the leads, but no updates since February, as far as we know. Add LinkedIn. This one is blocked due to issues with the website, the contributor website, I think. There was discussion on it in January. There was a fix for Kubernetes.io, I think. No, this is for the contributor site. Oh yeah, Sayak was working on that. But it got closed. All right. Well, there was some work that went on in that in January. I think there are some blockers on that. I'll have to talk with folks later. I think I discussed moving that into the blocked column, but they said something was going on it. But I'm not involved. Spotlight on the Security Response Committee. Another Frederico one. Various access audits, an evergreen thing that we should actually work on. I'm going to move it back to do for now. SIGDoc Spotlight. Arpit, you were going to work on that at some point. I know steering is your main blog that you're working on right now. Is this one on your queue for later? Are you holding it while we've got blog shenanigans? What's the plan at the moment?
Yep. So I will send the SIG docs team the question doc. I have that doc ready. So I will send them today.
Sounds good. How long has it been since you talked with them?
Like a
Since
month.
Marchish? Hmm.
Yeah, it's like a month. I have talked them before the code freeze. So they are busy at that time. So we decided ki after the release, I will like send them the doc.
Okay, sounds good. We'll see where they're at now. Thank you for working on that. SIGKate's Infra Budget special blog. Maybe someday. Mario, do you want to move this? Should we move this to waiting?
This should be blocked. I don't know why it is again in progress.
Yeah. Okay. Blocked and waiting. There's so many columns. Moved. And kubectl spotlight. Someday you should do that, Arpit.
Yep. I will
Cool.
do the TikTok one.
That is what it says. Waiting for steering and docs to be done before working on this one. But it'll make really good presentation content for you at some point. Wonderful. And then in the to-do column, we've got the idea of doing a new contributor story blog series. That would require someone very dedicated who wanted to work on it on a long-term basis, and also would require that our SIG Docs blog team could handle the volume of blogs that would come out of it. So that's an issue. So that's in to do. It might actually be better off in blocked and waiting because it's kind of blocked on the SIG Docs blogs reviewers. New contributor orientation blog. Also a good idea. Also affected by lack of blog reviewers.
I think this
But
is
we,
already done. Like I have
oh yeah, because you were working on that.
basically for this I need to reach out to Tim, but I didn't got time. But like he has suggested some changes in that. The links I have, the HackMD links I have shared. So I will contact him again. I guess if I remember it correctly, the issue was that whether we want to publish it on the kates.io or
Mm-hmm.
uh, the like what is the second site? I again forget. So like that's the issue. Like where do we want to publish it? Because
Yeah,
it is sort of long.
it's long. Yeah, that was the thing. We discussed cutting it down, but it made more sense kind of together. Did we get it out on the contributor site or just
Uh,
nowhere yet? Because contributor site, I think we could certainly do. It might not work on .io. Anyway, SIG Spotlight on apps is just one of the ones that hasn't been done. Scalability also, and SIG UI. Looks like there was someone interested in this at one point. Oh, Rootfall was interested in this at one point. But also, our Spotlight blogs are kind of on hold because of the lack of blog reviewers. Someday. And then SIG Security, also one that we keep trying to make progress on, but probably on hold. Should probably move them to on hold because of that. And I just moved that one. So that's the board. Any questions or anything folks want to discuss more from the board or on any of the work streams that we've got going on or things going on in the community? Any questions or discussions? Yes, the HackMD for your
yeah,
new contributor orientation blog. Thank you.
I have divided the blog into two parts. So this is a part one, and
Mhm.
this is a part two.
It looks so pretty. I actually even read and gave feedback on this one. A rare occurrence for me. Cool. Looking forward to getting those moving again. Like I was saying, I think you could probably make more progress on the contributor blog if you wanted to just go ahead and get it out. Oh, I think we had a discussion about that, didn't we? About whether we wanted it to go out at the same time as Kubernetes.io, and I think the Docs blogs team had opinions.
Uh, yep. Actually, I am busy that time. So I didn't get time to actually implement the feedback. But now I have time, so I'm thinking of repinging them and ask their opinion again because I think they have also forget about this blog and all.
Understandable. And you've got 3 or 4 things going on, so feel free to prioritize as you want. There are no hard deadlines on any of these. So, I'm excited for all of them.
One thing I want to ask, like, what do you suggest? So I have divided it in two parts because the length is basically too long. So
Yeah.
do you suggest like putting like publishing this in two parts, or uh like what should I do?
Yeah, I would think, like, publish them a week apart or something like that, even if it's on the contributor blog. Like I was saying, I think we had discussions where SIGDocs blogs had opinions about how they wanted to publish it, and they're, of course, overwhelmed right now. Um, so you could talk with Josh. I think Josh is Josh and Tim are the 2 for the contributor blog, but Tim is also one of the reviewers for Kubernetes.io. So I might ask Josh, like, "Hey, this was a thing. Do you remember this? I'm trying to decide if I should post it on contributors instead of .io or before .io in order to get things moving since they're overwhelmed." I might ask that question if you wanted to get it moving now, or you could wait until you've published one of your others and check back in, see if we get some more
Hmm.
blog reviewers going on.
No, actually, I want to get this thing out because
It's been a
like
while.
yeah, it's been a while. Plus, this is the blog I have worked uh like this took the most of the time.
Yeah,
So that is one of
and
the
it's
reasons
wonderful.
I want to publish this one.
Yeah, it's sad to see it stuck when it's been done for such a long time, and it's really good. So, yeah, I'd ask Josh. That would be my first starting point. Like, "Hey, I wanna get this going again. Any advice on how we should approach it?" Since he's one of the reviewers for contributor site, he might
Hmm.
suggest doing that one first, or he works closely with the .io folks, so he might have advice on that.
Hmm. Got it.
Best way to get things moving again is to get more people involved in a way, and also the worst way. Thanks for joining, Mario. Cool. Any other discussion items, things folks want to talk about? Lots of good stuff going on. Thank you, everyone, for all the work you're doing to let folks know about awesome work that contributors are doing. Really appreciate it. And we'll see y'all next time, I suppose. I'll go ahead and stop the recording. I can hang out for a few minutes, though. Goodbye, YouTube. Wait, wrong one. Hello. Here we go. Goodbye, YouTube.